The way you level up additions in this game, by the way, for those who don't know, is you simply gain SP. So any attack that gives you SP will add towards leveling up your Dragoon, which is why I'm going to be equipping the additions that give me the most SP rather than the ones that do the most damage. At least that's what I will do until the Dragoons get to maximum level, which is 5. Game Sharks were never official. They were never licensed or endorsed by Sony. It's very unlikely you're going to get Game Shark or any of those other things. Action Replay, Equalizer, Exploder, Explorer. I'm sure there was another one which I'm missing as well. But you'll never see those on the PlayStation Store because they were never officially endorsed or licensed or anything like that. Did you play the game non-stop, Jen? Is that why you got through it in 3 days, or is it just simply a short game? Yes, they were awesome. I enjoyed making games more challenging than they already were, in some cases. Let me try and think. In Final Fantasy VIII, now, on the face of it, using a max level cheat sounds like it would make the game easier. But in fact, while the random monsters at the beginning of the game are going to be easier, about quarter of the way through the game, I would say, the monsters level, because you're using a max level cheat, it acts as if you've leveled up with no bonuses to stats. So you're at the lowest strength possible at level 100. You're at the lowest magic at level 100, things like that. So you're at the lowest stats you could be for a level 100 character. But the enemies have grown proportionate to you and are actually a lot more powerful. Dart's going to now be in red. Oh, maybe not. Omega Weapon, fighting Omega Weapon at level 100 as well. That was quite tough the first time I did it. So I wasn't a very efficient fighter on there back then, and I was pretty much just using limit breaks. I was reluctant to use magic because it wasn't MP based. I was reluctant. So I never used any magic. I always got my characters down to low health, and if the enemy had aura, I would draw cast aura, so that they could get their limit breaks more. So against Omega Weapon, I was playing the game at low health, so I could get lots of limit breaks. But Omega Weapon has an attack that does 9,998 damage to all 3 characters, and it's a fixed damage, so to survive that, your characters need to be at max health. If they're not at max health, they won't survive. Anyway, that's just one example of how I would make a game more challenging. I know a lot of people use Game Sharks and stuff like that to make a game easier, and I will admit, on some games I did use Game Shark to make it easier. Well, not a Game Shark, but the equivalent of a Game Shark. to make it easier. Hello, Kalen. How are you today, Kalen? Hello, Nephilim? Is that it? Nephilim? Is that first D silent and your name's just Nephilim? Okay, that's at 73. Spinning cane is at 73. So I'll probably finish it by the time, by the end of this run. So we'll try and keep note of it. It's at 73. Oh, that sucks. PC problems. Okay, Lord. So yeah, how do you pronounce your... Oh, that really sucks. Hello, Syphilis. Sorry, C1 class. I was about to ask, yes, D-Nephilim. Is it D-Nephilim? Is the D silent? And is it just Nephilim? Let me know how your screen name is supposed to be pronounced, or if you have another name you want me to call you.
Spinning cane.
Then let me know. That brings him up to 74, by the way, that last attack. So this is 75. We've got 5 more.
Burning rush.
Okay, so D Nephilim L is for Dark Nephilim, right? Okay. Well, if it's okay with you, I'm just going to call you Nephilim. There's already someone that comes in my live whose screen name starts with Dark. So they'll be the person I will be referring to as Dark. You'll be Nephilim.
Yes. Burning rush.
Okay, so I believe Levitz is now at 75 hits, so just 5 more, and then he's got Spinning Cane mastered, and we're moving on to Rod Tyson. I keep attacking the fire one first. I keep meaning to attack the water one first to get it out of the way, because he's the one that does the most damage. when it's hard to find a name on the internet, that's usually a good alias to go with, I find. Because it means that you're likely to have that name everywhere. If you claim it at that point.
Spinning cane.
When it comes to people who are popular on the internet, you'll find that a lot of people will try and sign up with their name because it's a popular name and it gives them attention. It's false attention. But, well, I know it's not false attention, it is misdirected attention, but they get attention all the same. Welcome back, Lord. I've still been counting Levitz. He's got 4 left to do. Being that he only got 1 combo off last fight. And that means he's got 3 left. If he gets all the attacks this fight, then you won't have any left out of this fight. Two. I agree. This game deserves a remake. And a lot of people want a sequel to this as well. But you gotta bear in mind that a lot of people keep directing at Sony America. But this game was written by Sony Japan. It's not an American story, it's a Japanese story. I'm going to let Levitz take this. That way he's not got any more uses needed to master. That way I can I'll continue on to defeat all these. And change Levitz's edition afterwards. Yeah, if people want a sequel to this game, they need to make it known with with Sony Japan, not Sony America. There we go. Now he's mastered Spinning Cane. A lot of people, though, I've seen a lot of people on the internet say that this game feels like a rip-off of Final Fantasy. But the people that say that, I reckon, haven't played the game enough. I can see certain aspects which they would think that it is a rip-off, but as with a lot of other games, it just borrows aspects from Final Fantasy. It doesn't. I wouldn't consider it stealing them. And the turn-based battle system that this has, this is close to Final Fantasy X. So you got to bear in mind that this battle system, being very close to Final Fantasy X, if anything was copying anything, Final Fantasy was copying this.
Burning rush.
Yes, that's one thing I like about the story of this game as well. It keeps building up and up. I missed that because I was talking. It keeps building up and up as you go along. That's what's different with this. That's my foot, by the way. Here, that's my foot. I don't know why I felt like I needed to point that out to you, to be honest. What was I saying? Yeah, with most RPGs, you have a sort of you have like a starting story to get you into it. Then it moves on to another story which you work on, which leads into another story, which in turn leads into the next story. Whereas this game, it builds the story right from the beginning. And you could argue that at some points it's one story leading into the next. But it's closer to one larger story just building up and up. Like so far in this game, Dart has rushed home because he found out his hometown's been attacked. And when he gets there, he finds out that Shana has been kidnapped, so he goes to rescue Shana. And in his escape from the prison where he's rescued Shana from, they can't go back to Celise, so they go back to Vale. And when they get to Vale, it then moves on from there. And yes, at that point, when they go back to Bale, that point you can argue is okay. That first bit of the story is now leading to the next, but I can't really explain why that's not the case here without giving spoilers for later in the game, which I don't want to do. I've said before, if you can't see your message in this white box just below the game and me, then I can't see it. If it's not shown down there, I cannot see it. If it does show down there, then I can see it.
Burning rush.
I don't know why I don't bring my drink closer. There. It's a lot easier to reach. I think I've moved back slightly since playing. He moved back in position.
Yes. Burning rush.
Was there anything particular you were typing, Log? Welcome back, Sipless. Sorry, C1 class. I'm just going to call you C1. So welcome back, C1.
Yes. Burning rush. Burning rush.
Okay, so now on to the marshlands. So I'm already in the marshlands into the fortress. Oh, I forgot about this fight. This is very similar to the first boss fight. Well, darts can get a lot of addition here. Ah, they're both fire.
Yes. Burning rush.
Speed equip. You mean like the speed ring, or whatever it's called?
Yes. Burning rush.
Bandit ring and dances ring. It's bandit shoes and dancer shoes, isn't it? He arfs like a dog when he defends. This is one of the few RPGs, I went through this yesterday, but this is one of the few RPGs where defending is actually useful. Along with reducing the amount of damage you get, and in this game it reduces it by exactly half. Along with doing that, it also prevents any status ailments from afflicting you for that turn, or until that character's next turn, which is good. So if you know that a poison attack is coming up, for example, you can defend beforehand, so it doesn't affect them. And it heals 10% of your health, 10% of your maximum health when you do it, which is another benefit to defending. Whereas most RPGs, the defend just simply reduces damage, and in a lot of them doesn't even reduce it by half, only reduces it to like 75% or something like that, something which isn't that useful. Are you talking about a specific sound, by the way? Because you just say the sound. Are you? So I'm assuming you mean just simply the sounds of the game, all of the sounds. But if you're talking about a specific sound, please be specific. See how nostalgic everyone gets. They keep attacking darts. I think I might get rid of that Sandora soldier before I start defending again with dart.
Yes. Burning rush.
The guard is a little bit overpowered, yes. I agree. But 10% is sort of like the magic number, because if you're poisoned, you lose 10% of your max health every turn. Welcome back, Mac. 10% just seems to be the game's favourite number. Yes, you're right. That item that heals 10% every turn, though, is something which you sort of need for darts and his ultimate weapon, because the Soul Eater weapon, as you're probably aware, but other people watching may not be, the Soul Eater weapon damages you 10% each turn. The only way to counter that is to equip the ring that heals you 10% each turn. That way it does no damage to you. It does mean that you sacrifice any additional weapon slot, accessories, but by equipping that, it means that you've got the most powerful weapon with no drawbacks. Well, I suppose you could argue the drawback is that you lose your accessory slot.
Yes. Burning rush.
I don't know if there are any lurkers that weren't there before that haven't joined the chat, but the reason why I'm defending with Levitz and Rose and only attacking with Dart is because Levitz and Rose are currently at full. See, because I defended, that didn't affect him. He was immune. That would have stunned him. Anyway, back onto the explanation of why I'm doing this. You're right. No one else's ultimate has ill effects like that. The reason why I'm only attacking with darts is because of his additions. The addition he currently has equipped isn't max level, whereas the addition that Rose and Levitz has equipped are both max level. So me attacking with them is just wasting opportunities to level up. Now, this is going to most likely stun him, so I will be attacking with Levitz and Rose now, because I don't feel it's worth wasting an item to heal stun. Just need to cough. My throat is quite sore at the moment, so I'm just going to mute myself while I do so. Thank you for bearing with me there. Yeah, so as you can see, Burning Rush has just made it to level 3 from that fight. Spinning Cane is at max, switching that to Rod Typhoon, and Rose only has Whip Smack. So Rose is still going to be defending, but Levitz and Darts are still going to be attacking. Let me just bring up my items.